Hey, what's up guys? We're gonna work on freeing up some of the tension in the backside of our leg here. So I'm gonna use a chair and I'm gonna do this standing. And we're basically gonna kind of contract the tissues in the back of our leg where we feel the most tension. A couple of notes here. If I've got low back pain and pain shooting down my leg, I'm gonna do this with a pretty neutral low back. So I'm gonna sit up really tall, gonna keep this kind of guy low back a little bit neutral here. I'm also gonna bend my knee, and that's gonna alleviate a lot of the nerve tension going down in the back of my leg here. If we're feeling pretty good though, and we don't have low back pain plus leg pain go down to the foot, things like that, I can actually kind of put some rounding in my low back, and I can also really keep my knee straight and really try to find the most tension in that hamstring. So we're gonna do 3 sets of these guys. I'm just gonna show you one of them. But basically the first one, we're gonna push our heel into the chair, and then after that, I'm gonna kind of lift my leg up. So I'm gonna work the back side, then I'm gonna work the front side. Kind of think of it like that. A couple of keynotes here. When I'm contracting, I want to kind of really contract my trunk. So I'm going to build a lot of tension here. I'm going to kind of squeeze my hands. I'm going to bring them out. I'm going to kind of squeeze my abs when I'm doing this. And then to find the actual line that I want to work on here, I've got a couple options. I can kind of move my foot back and forth a little bit. That's going to change that position of those tissues here, allow me to kind of fish around and find that tension. I can also kind of change my torso a little bit. I'd say for most people, they kind of do this pretty neutral though. So foot kind of stays upright, and then my chest kind of just comes forward. I can even round the low back, really try to find that tension. So I'll show you what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna show you 1 rep for example. So I'm gonna find that line. If I can feel all that tension there and I wanna get rid of it, I am gonna kind of contract my abs, gonna start building tension. I'm gonna kind of maybe squeeze my fists, and I'm just gonna push my heel into the chair, kind of like I'm trying to lower it like this, into that chair as resistance. And I want to start where I have a lot of tension. So I don't want to kind of come off it where we have a lot of slack here. I'm going to kind of lean forward, lots of tension in that guy. And then I'm going to do my first contraction about 30% here. I'm going to hold that guy for about 10 seconds. I'm not going to hold it for 10 seconds for you. You have better things to do than watch me do this. And then after that, I'm immediately going to try to work on bringing my heel up. So I'm going to kind of keep this position, and then I'm going to lift my leg up, and I'm really going to kind of hold that. You might feel a little bit of crampy stuff going on, and that's totally normal. That's kind of fine. I always think of that as like your body being like, what the heck are we doing? We're not used to this position, and that tells you that this is probably something you need to work a little bit more on. So for instance, 3 sets. So first one, find that tension, push in for 10 seconds, kind of lift up for 10 seconds. Then we can figure out where that tension is more. Sometimes you can lean more forward a little bit. Push in for 10 seconds more, contracting harder, lift up for about 10 seconds more, and then that last one, we're putting a lot of tension in that system here, really trying to find that line, really hard contraction, really hard lift, 3 sets. Hope this helps you out a little bit. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions.